I found out this. That's useful. Doesn't tell me where people are. So yes, the main hall. I don't know why Toko's there. Gym, first floor. Those two. Dormitory, first floor. Where I'm at. Hope Peak, first floor. We come from here, so we'll talk to him, only because I'm not suspicious of him. We do need to get to the area. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime in my room. We won't make any progress while investigating there. I know, that's kind of the whole point. I was gonna go there. Oh, you're gonna jump me straight there. I see how it is. So I head to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. Better examine to stay in my room a little closer. That might reveal something new. There are scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? Looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it, I was right there in the other room. If only I heard something.
Wait.
That would have not been possible. Huh?
Huh.
Don't you remember? All of our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you and there's no way you would know.
Well.
Perhaps this was another of Monaco's strategies, creating an ideal setting for murder. Nice. Evidence of a struggle has been added into the truth bullet section of your handbook. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be my room key. If I remember correctly. Oh, that's right. We'll have to trade keys. When we switch rooms, we switch keys too. Sayaka would have had the key here in the room the entire time. Wait, if that's true, then how did the killer get into the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or open it for any reason. Maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something? No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms. And with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around, so she couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Switching rooms has been added to the truth build section of your thing. Huh? Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there was way less than there was before. Does Sayaka see how dirty my room was? Does I clean up a little? The notepad is still here, but I don't think it's relevant right now. But it's still inside the drawer. I don't see any of it being used at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine. I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Mondo.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be
What?
building fucking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either, then?
What?
Not just me. Nobody's
What?
busted theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about yesterday.
By the way.
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet, because, like, why the hell would we? This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold currency has come off in parts of the blade and the handle. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. So any of these idiots got gold on them. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does that mean it was used in nothing? No, that's just a sheath and plus sword sheath. It's got on a sheath. They must have been made of something sharp. How did the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even someone who used the sword during a struggle, it doesn't make sense the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are all those scratches on the sheath? Replica sword sheath. Yep. There are scratches and gouges on the walls in the bed. Yep. Is that evidence of it? Yep. Okay, great.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Well.
yeah. I didn't mean to do that. Dead. Right, like someone attacked it. What the hell happened here? No shit, it looks like more of a beast came through here than anything else. I should check the room first of all. Okay. Something behind me. Display stand where the sword was on.
By the way...
You know, I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, that's definitely possible.
You son of a bitch!
Dirty bastard!
Shit.
Anyone who raises their hand to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught me.
You're fucking
If I
dead!
ever find that son of a bitch that did this, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face in. But what if it was a girl that did it?
Yo.
That all gets sorted out when the time comes. Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
Hey!
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whoever this is and the rest you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. Well, you shouldn't instantly judge me. Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but...
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
No. Not really.
I'm searching.
Searching?
Down on her knees, carefully expecting every inch.
Did you lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. Dude there suddenly stood up straight and
Listen.
said, "Are you a clean freak?" No, I don't think so, but what? Now I see Lance from her room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
I suspected there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
so...
I searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roll in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it to...
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roll without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayako or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Because room cleanliness has been added to true bullets of your handbook. Bathroom. And on the other side of the store... No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forced myself to push my panic down and stepped into the bathroom. No shit, there's gotta be something in here that'd be helpful. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her, her. Sayaka. All at once I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to burst into tears. But I can't hesitate now. Why? Why does Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I'm kinda curious as to who the fuck managed to get in here. I wanted to give up, I wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. Told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now was no time to think like that. Put Monoko felt to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of soft object, that knife, had been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? Definitely something I should look into later. It looks like something from the kitchen, so I'll have to go and see that. Also, according to Monoko's file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery there on her wrist too. Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery. That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is... I don't know if there's some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. Palms of both her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? Yeah. Sayaka's wrist has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist got broken after she already been killed? So how is it possible she broke her wrist during the struggle? The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted a deadly wound. Yeah. Those are letters! I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her, and there I saw... Leon? Ooh, damn, that's suspicious. Better pull up my notes on my laptop. What? Written in blood where the numbers... Oh, those are numbers. I thought that said Leon. It kind of looked like it. You sure that's not Leon? I'm pretty sure that's Leon, and you're reading a bit too much into this. So I could do this? I'm really positive that's Leon! C-L-E-O-N. And even the way it's smeared. I think that means Leon, and not any sort of numbers. My fucking computer would stop being a dick for 5 seconds. Stupid laptop. Something in here that I got. A little suspect list. So that makes me really suspicious of Leon. Oh, she must have been standing when she died. She didn't die right away, though. She managed to... Yeah, that would explain why her finger's like that, too. The water for the shower gets turned off at nighttime. Something I'm missing? I don't think so.
It would seem...
Looks like you found it, right, Mokoto? Bloody numbers? What do you mean by dying message?
So...
It's something a victim writes right before they die, usually as a way to tell people who killed them. Generally, whoever writes it doesn't make it totally obvious. They're either write it somewhere the killer wouldn't notice, or write it out in code or something. It's Leon! It's fucking upside down and backwards! Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Hey.
Have you ever heard of Ellery Green? Nope.
Whew.
Never mind.
It would seem...
I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was your final message, as if she wrote it in it with life itself.
Right.
You often talk like an aspiring poet. The numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037. It's not numbers, it's fucking Leon upside down and backwards!
So...
The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting in the way we found her, it means she must have wrote them by turning only her hand toward the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? It would be upside down and backwards. Those aren't numbers, they're a name!
Well...
Think about it. You're not gonna tell me?
Makoto.
Oh my god. Let me say it, please. You need to cover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end, and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not gonna tell me. It's right! It's right! It's obvious! Oh my... It's fucking Leon for... Can't handle this. Sounds like Kyoko knows what Saga's... I know what it means, too! You, the player character person, are the only one that can't fucking figure it out! Cause you're stupid, apparently. I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, you better ask the ultimate programmer.
Makoto.
There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck? Yeah, I guess only one, but the door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. Once you learn to check it opens, no problem. Bathroom door frame's been added to the...
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit in the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. No, the doorknob.
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, it's just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. Do what Kyoko said and shut the bathroom door. Huh? The doorknob? What the heck? The doorknob is practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, obvious this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girl's bathroom can lock, right? She stood there for a while, lost in thought. Then apparently struck with a sudden realization, she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
Just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. What you're saying is only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense that she was really starting to get into all of this.
I see.
Leon, I bet if we go into this room, we'll see the fucker's tool thing has been opened. And that clears that up. What clears what up? I'm so
Goodbye.
lost. We'll see you later. It's Leon. It's fucking Leon! As if forgetting I was ever there, she suddenly turned and left the room. Oh my god, this is so frustrating. I still don't really understand this, but I've already given my room a good once-over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. She started looking to where the murder weapon might have come from, and also look at the DVD Sayaka got. If Sayaka did, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video, and on top of that, I'm sure there's some other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks, if they'll even talk to me, that is. It's fucking... This is so incredibly frustrating.
By the way,
You know, really, it's something wrong with them guard duties. The killer... Yep, okay.
you son of a... Yeah.
Fucking Leon. This is so incredibly frustrating.
Seems like...
Something doesn't seem right. The Monoko file said Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? I don't think you get it. I don't think it's gonna let me in your room, but... I placed my hand on Leon's door. I noticed a human-shaped blur come tearing out of the depths of the hallway.
Hey, you bastard!
Hold up, hey, what the hell do you think you're doing, huh?
I mean,
I was
seriously?
never anything to do with investigation. Well, I suppose that's natural action, someone trying to get in without permission. How did you even... I don't know. That is fucking suspicious as all hell. I still know it's you, and that's why that hurts so much. So fucking much. See if there's anything in Sayaka's room first, because I can actually go in there. Oh, this is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it? Huh? This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates in my room and Sayaka's rooms were switched? All that effort I put into switch rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless, but why would anyone do that? Dorm nameplates have been added to the true section of your bulletin. Huh, interesting. You were helpful! Even though I'm still fucking convinced you're the murderer, your name's only written on the fucking wall! Pains? It pains me to know this about you. There only be one thing in the trash can. Yep. Real stuff seen whatever's in that video. See, it might not be directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyway since our check. He brought his DVD. Let's look at the press again. Need to search for clues. All that's in the SO kit and the organ map. No useful clues. Yeah, no, I can't let myself get the press again. Need to search for clues. Nothing here. Oh, great, I got a coin. I don't think it's anything. Okay, that knife came from the dining room. I'm not talking the frickin' affluent, jackass. Dining room. Knife would have came from here. Still, how did Leon manage to get in the damn room? Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh no, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we restarted. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have a first clue what you should be doing. I know what you mean. I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps keep me calm, so I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kind of hanging around here. To tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. You were out here? Oh, maybe you weren't out here. I think you were just kind of passing time. Anyways. Ha! I knew it! There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big or small, but it looks like one of them is missing. What was missing from the very beginning, or... Better see if anyone knows more about it. Hey, so you noticed that one of the kitchen knives missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange a knife just suddenly disappearing like that. So it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope, last time I remember, they're all lined up in an East Night row. So when did you notice one of them had disappeared?
Well,
I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. When I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen and washed my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. You should be able to say for sure. You tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. I guess account. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? For the love of God. Well, what? Of course I would never. You know, do you really think I murdered her?
I mean...
Well, she was killing her room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her? On the other hand, two people becoming good friends and one killing the other's a classic drama setup. So, if you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. Ah, great, you're clueless. It's fucking Leon. His name's on the wall. It's on the fucking wall. Not even time to acknowledge that. Everyone.
Very
When
strange.
was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? Maybe because you are the culprit? No. You got it all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide suspicion on his face. Even if that was what you say is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, what you say. Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she had switched rooms with you, right? No, the nameplate's changed, so not really. The reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms. Is she dead because of me? And it should have been me that died? No. Read too much into it. Well, all we can say right now is that it's a possibility. If that's really true, then No, you didn't. Look, because those stupid nameplates are switched, it wouldn't have made a difference. They were after Sayaka the whole time. Not long ago. So that changes nothing. Very strange. Mr. Negi, was that Mrs. Mozono doing in your room? Let me just say this.
Most
Absolutely will not
suspicious.
allow you to dispose of any of evidence in the trash room. Okay.
Seems like...
Hey. Is some kind of switch? I wonder what it does. Straight gate here. Oh, holy balls! The end of the line, the trash room. This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. Wait. The trash room. This is where all the trash in the school... I can't say it right now. How do you get this gate open?
No, you can't go any
No one should
further.
be on this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
No, you can't
No
go
one
any
should be on this
further.
point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Who's on cleaning
No,
duty?
you can't go any further.
This is stupid. We first just go around that.
No, you can't go any further.
So if someone's gonna dispose of stuff, only the cleaning duty guy came in who would have been able to go in. Oh, I thought you were gonna look for evidence. When you're looking for evidence, no room is off limits, man. Doesn't look like anything's out of the ordinary here. No, I am not looking through everything the last one of those. Okay, we'll go to the main hall now. I don't want to talk to Toko, because I'm afraid she'll kill me. I'll save it before I talk to her. Because I need to talk to everyone, but I'm also scared to death if she would just stab me in the face. You know, I have no idea if anyone's even in here. Okay. Hello, person! Hello, people, if you're still here. Okay, save, because I don't trust crazy psycho bitch. Did not kill me. Oh, God. There you go. Now we can safely go in and risk our life. Toko, can you tell me anything about cleaning duty?
Huh?
Cleaning duty?
What's your
I don't know
problem?
anything about that. Taka's the one who cares about stupid organizational stuff like that. Oh good, you're not gonna kill me. Let's get the hell out of here. Completely useless. Okay, crazy psycho's done with. Not worried about you. Cleaning duty, eh? As a matter of fact, Monokomo came and talked to me yesterday morning. Really?
Listen to me!
Probably realized I was basically in charge, so he decided to talk to me directly. The topic of conversation was assigning cleaning duty. Oh, so you're on cleaning duty now?
That's wrong!
Actually, no. Huh? Okay, then who is? Fumi was the one who had this conversation. He volunteered right away, so I let him have it. So he's on cleaning duty then? Who's it, Fumi? Yamada? So he's cleaning duty then.
Count on it!
Indeed, but he'll swap out on a weekly basis. I'm sure you'll be up before too long.
Got it!
And when that time comes, I'll be counting on you. You were... Okay, so... We gotta talk to the fat person. I mean, like, obese person. Because Shiro should still be in here. What's up? It's me, the lovely and hateful monocunt. Oh god! Why have we not moved Junko's body yet? Why is it still just there? Hey Shiro, I was hoping I could ask you something.
Huh?
Oh, what is it? Before she died, Selga left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what those numbers might mean? Leon, upside down and backwards! Leon, upside down and backwards! So fucking... stop! Jesus! I'm sorry, I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? I doubt it. You still hysterical? No way. I seriously don't want to die here.
Help
I'm begging
me!
you, God, Buddha, Mother... Yeah, you're still out of it. And you're still dead. Moving on. Even fucking looks like trying to write an N. Print those as an N, not two ones. Where's Celeste again? Oh, you're actually right. Celeste's in the main hall. That's the store. The main hall must be this room. Those cameras look scary. Hey Celeste, do you know anything about this cleaning duty stuff? Cleaning duty? What is that? Honestly, I have no idea. Maybe we should ask Taka or someone else. I don't want to necessarily ask him about cleaning duty. Be able to use this, see what's on the DVD. DVD set got thrown in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put DVD in the player. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then... the image slowly appeared. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected it was going to be. It looked some kind of concert, and standing on stage, front and center, was a face I recognized all too well, Sayaka. She was there along with the friends she said she had been so important to her. She was possibly glowing there in front of the crowd so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then the voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Yeah, I knew this was coming. Suddenly the screen went dark, and in the next moment I saw something I could hardly believe. Oh, look at that! Sayaka disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But that I noticed even more than that was the figures of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight.
Yeah, I kind of knew that was basically what
For
happened.
Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to.
That was her biggest fear.
So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. If he's trying to say he was even able to get to them, if that really did happen, everyone in the outside world would be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? That stupid, crazy-ass fucking teddy bear thing! I suppose we better go question Yamada, because he was on cleaning duty. That is not the right way, is it? Nope. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens Monokomo talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. Yeah, I know what you really want to do. I was going to start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. Since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate from the trash room.
Here we go.
Of course! It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. You're way too happy about this. And to do that, they gave me the key for the trash room gate. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room, and only the person on clean duty has access to the key? What's the point of going all that trouble? Why don't they just leave the trash room open all the time so we can all throw things out whenever we want? That does seem more convenient.
So in other words...
Actually, anyone who kills a fellow student and becomes black and will graduate unless they are discovered.
So that's it.
That must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring. But boring?
Hey, listen!
I hate Ridgeback. Anyway, more important than
Hey, you
that,
bastard!
Hey, Fatty. Why did you want the cleaning duty gig anyway? I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You...
Liar. I know why you did it.
Is it?
You want to
like...
dig through all the girls' trash looking for, you know, and poking around at it.
There's no way
What are
to
you
think
talking
about this
All
in
my
a
love
common...
is for Tootie.
You know what I mean.
But there's all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of Tootie and then turn to... I would never get tired of Tootie! After spending... Oh god, here it goes. Noise again. Spent a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D. I voluntarily chose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PCV figures.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're so worried about the Hifumi's questionable morality, there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duties, Sakura can accompany them for picking up the trash to disposing of it. What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, what's the harm in it? That's not how it's supposed to. Anyway, another topic. Hifumi, since you were the one on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. What, so now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me. I mean, You haven't helped me recover from a past trauma or save a village or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into a trash room and look around.
You
Oh,
got
okay.
it.
So easy. So when I headed down to the trash room, to go poke around in the trash room. You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. He said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Got busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Whatever. Please just hurry up and open the damn door. Okay, leave it to me. Let me pull Yellow's pocket and use it to flip the switch next to the gate, and then...
Mr. Naegi!
However, Mr. Naegi...
Without a doubt!
Surely you aren't planning to use a trash and destroy evidence, are you? You're right here! Right beside me! How the fuck could I destroy anything without you noticing? Why is the BGM thing upside down? Or is that normal? Never mind. You fiend! You planned this all along! No, I just want to see if the actual killer had tried destroying evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind? Wait, maybe a parallel world? Uh-oh. Whatever, let's just hurry and keep looking. Crazy bastard. That's it. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. It looks like a piece burnt off or something. A burnt piece? Like a hunk? Like a hunk of burning love? Oh my god, why do you always gotta go there? Pay attention, you fucking bastard. Anyway, this is... looks like a piece of cloth in the shape. Part of sleeve from button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, there's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of some of the evidence of the killer destroyed. But there's lots of people with white button-up shirts. This is enough to figure out what the killer is. Yeah. But, you don't have a white button-up shirt, so that pretty much throws you in a clear. There's tons of broken glass scattered around in front of the incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass balls. It's just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this
Yeah, is that? You know what this is? You say if you collect all 7, the dragon... Oh my fucking god. I'm kidding aside, it's kind of a thing you might see on a big city street corner. Gaze into it and it'll show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that, you meet a girl who was on that quest to find that one guy. Yeah, I get what they're trying to say, but who this particular Blanc, there's only one person it could be. They said, I'll be a gym, better go find out for sure. I don't think it's gonna be him. He's pretty fucking out of it right now. Like, extremely so. It's the incinerator. It's the way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the gate. And it's on right now. Do you see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator? Oh, you seriously gonna tell me how to turn it on and off? Sooner or later you'll be cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Well, someone turning the incinerator on? Yeah! No shit! Did you not fucking notice that? Very strange. I'm quite certain off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy. Fumi, do you realize what you just said? Huh? The fairy? No, you said the last time you were here the incinerator was off. Oh, yes, about that. There can be no mistakes. If I got one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out, and it definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has a key to open the gate, it should be impossible for a incinerator to be on, and yet... Well, someone's already broken into one room. That means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? Throwing the glass ball at it! That could be why that's broken. Incinerator has been added. Well, let's try turning alpha. This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards burnt clothes weren't. That'll be Mr. Maggie. Will you be confessing soon? So someone's through him? Possibly.
That's it! I'm sure of it!
Oh god, it's getting interesting. I still think it's Leon, though. Everyone already knows you did it. All the mysteries being solved one by one. None of the evidence even points to me! I don't even have a white shirt! So how the fuck? It sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. Let's turn this off. The green button turns it on, the yellow button turns it off. Or so it seems anyway. That's nothing else? Nothing else seems out of the ordinary. I guess I'll talk to... Ooh, what's that? It's a huge trash can. So we're supposed to put whatever trash we can't burn? Or whatever, it doesn't look like tightening clues. Yeah, look everywhere. And then talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Niggy, you seem a little down, huh? Really? If you need help lifting your spirits, call on me anytime.
Come on,
You
come on.
Of course, that's what you suggest to bring up my spirits after someone died that I cared about, even a little bit. But all kinds of smut or stuff that might help cheer you up. Yeah, I don't want any of your stuff, dude. Alright. I wonder, can I...
Mr. Naegi! There's no way to think about this in
the
a...
highest breach of
so it
etiquette.
would
Oh,
seem.
like you have etiquette! Whether it's related to the case or not, you must respect the purpose right to privacy. Seeming how there's people killing each other, I don't care. This is Hero's room. I don't think there's anything here that would help me. Yeah, except if his door opens, that might be a clue. Maybe those locks aren't so great. I don't know. Look at that. White shirt. Doesn't necessarily look like you got buttons on your sleeve. You have a white button-up shirt. Okay, good. Is Leon in any of those others? Maybe those numbers aren't Leon. Maybe he's not as stressed as it is. It's got a whole lot more complex. Yeah, you wear a white button-up shirt, but it looked to be part of his sleeve, and your sleeve doesn't seem to have buttons. That and I don't think it's Mr. Morality Compass either. Kind of defeats the purpose. It's called the Morality Compass. Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? No, I gotta get out of here. No, I've had enough. I'm gonna break free. Hero, snap out of it. Makoto, what are you doing here? What? What is this? Does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed. What the hell?
What the heck?
I only brought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how did it break?
What?
Was it actually just made of glass, not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? Said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Is that seriously all BS? Yeah. Yes, definitely. But, on to my question. So you say without a doubt that this belonged to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. In the laundry room, anyone could have grabbed it. I mean, anyone could have found it and taken it. Alright. Someone managed to bust into my room. But someone could have got into Yamada's room and take the key to the trash room. Strongest people that might have done this would be Yamada or Leon so far. I hate that rich bastard. Why couldn't it have been him? Everything stayed out fortune telling for 2 full years. Come to be like a million. A million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. No, it's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. What? Oh, noes.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
I didn't exactly have everything yet. Oh god, this might get tricky. Oh, look at that. Save it right there anyways. No. Where I have to go. What did he say before that? That's where I should go. Ah, right. Okay, thanks for the anonymous music there. You! Ah, holy Holy Jesus fucking Christ. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are. Oh, will you shut up, crazy?
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There, we can all reveal the details of Motoko's crime. See? Now you're jumping to conclusions too. It's really convinced I did it, but... I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both knew that all too well. But then who is the killer? I got my hunches. The one who murdered Sayaka, is it really one of us? Yes! Surprisingly, it wasn't the teddy bear.
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Let's get started. Yeah, everyone's got to be on the same page. Let's go!
Well then.
Let's begin.
Yes,
Good
indeed.
idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't
Makoto.
quite right. I said before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. You need to uncover the truth in Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. So I raised my voice to try and give myself courage. I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else is already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. But which direction? Down? Interesting. Still block descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh.
Or rather than that, it's not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment. Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. Oh, you finally have arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit.
Not even close, it's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone, find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up! We did what he said and found our seats. Seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. Which also meant it would be easy for anyone to transfer their tensions and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. Images don't show anything that might give it away. So the curtain on the first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. Deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate. How many times are you gonna say deadly? A deadly class trial. You done saying the word deadly? Yeah, I did save it. Right there. It should be okay. I think I only had the 2 skills. Yep. Struggle. See, that still looks like Leon to me. Broken screws. At some point. Alright, trash in schools. Or shirt cuff, yeah. Shirt cuff button. Alright.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Friendship penetrates?
You would think like that.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Unless there's a 16th person
Okay,
here
that
somewhere.
about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
About to begin the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything, because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yeah, I want to hear fucking more. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During the discussions, characters will speak after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bulletins to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to aim and then fire with the Y button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Okay. 1 second. Got my drink, because I'm gonna fucking need it. Note that if you run out of time, you automatically fail, so please be careful. Oh, great. Glad I saved it not too long ago. Press start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. Make your argument. Evidence of a struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
I don't get this. There's something off about what she just said. But because if Sayaka hadn't resisted at all, there's no explanation what happened in my room. This debate will take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice? No. There's a potential hole in the person's statement, a possible weak spot. Those weak spots reveal importance, though not always inaccurate sections of a person's statement. True bullets only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come out, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure if it's actually wrong, okay? Also, you can fast forward an argument by holding down the B button. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to
I don't
resist.
understand. Oh, I get it.
I assert that the one who was...
And the murder took...
In the bathroom. So it seems the killer must have taken her by surprise. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
What the fuck? I'm not doing. Do I have to aim at the
The one who was
words?
murdered? Yeah, and the murder took.
In the bathroom, so it seemed the killer must have taken her by surprise. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
I do have to aim at the words. Okay. Break.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Why do you sound like that? You get off to that. That's a bit disturbing. Turn what was used to kill Sayaka. What the fuck was used to kill Sayaka?
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
No shit.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, that's wrong! No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. It's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. I know. There's a bit more to learn about non-step debates. Ah, shit. You can concentrate by holding down the RB button. While your concentrating time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it will steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge. If this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will cover all the time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright. I use a count. At some point, I'm gonna have multiple.
So
of
I
those
guess there's
things.
no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret, when nobody was in the dining hall.
No, that's wrong! Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. When I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. You're saying knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, There's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife, so I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
Yeah, the fact that a screwdriver was used on the break the door.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Junko, huh? Someone's not here, are you talking about?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Like a man. That, okay.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
Okay, this got 10 times more complicated.
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it?
It was a struggle.
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
Why the hell do you guys always jump to conclusions?
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Must be something wrong to blame me for the murder. You don't understand. If they convict me, everyone's
Hold
gonna
on.
die.
It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. That's things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to an incident in question. You have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Oh, Jesus. Can I save in the middle of this? Oh, please let me save in the middle of this. That sounds like something I can... No, fuck. Alright. It's gonna get complicated. Shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the left stick to aim and press the right button to shoot the desired letters. Does it have to be letters? If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must have been the crucial point. Can I look at the file? There should have been a screwdriver at the scene. Is that it? Someone did have to break into the thing. Figure out what that something is. What? Oh God. H and I and 2 more letters. What could that be? See the wrong letters during the Hangman's Gambit, you'll take damage. Your influence gauge is 0 if you fail the case. So I might have to guess. I have no idea. Hair! Holy crap, it's hair!
Now I understand!
I remembered. Lint roller. That's what I get for not looking at every single last one of those.
There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true!
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Yes!
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Killer struggled into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the doorknob, the object the killer broke.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then, let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Sayaka said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-step debates. Oh, Jesus, there's even more! From here on out, the number of weak points will start going up. But no matter how many weak points, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. You already said that, though. You just took bolt on the wrong one, not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you also lower your trust of everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now, this is important, because your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic to determine weak points that are actually lies or contradictions. But good luck, have fun. Okay. Bathroom door frame. Got it!
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Nope.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Hit the damn thing, there we go.
No, that's wrong!
I'm glad I missed the first one.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know about the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime was...
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
You just want to see me dead, don't you, rich boy?
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Oh look, crazy bitch is actually believing me. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That's why I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions?
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
They could have followed Sayaka in.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
That makes sense.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
They might have followed her in, though, when she left the
Then
dining room.
maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative!
No.
If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
She asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's how the answer right there. There's no way so I could let someone in because... Just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I got plenty of time to do this. Pretty sure it's the fact of switching rooms. On the night of the murder, Makoto and tried rooms for keys. When the victim was discovered, Makoto's room key was also found in Makoto's room. No. Saka originally asked Makoto to switch her when someone attempted to force her way in the room, and she became frightened.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your eye. I'm not reading this again.
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
Was she planning to kill me? Oh my god, that's a scary thought. But I would have opened the door though and we switched keys.
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this.
What is that? There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do when you write. It can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Man.
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
Oh god.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
And that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
Dorm name, please. Okay.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
The only went to my room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is, it has to be because of what's got switched to my Sayaka's room.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says my room.
Does it though? I don't remember. I guess. Fuck it.
So if someone read that note,
Right, okay.
then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
I have no idea. I got two ideas what it could be. I don't want the gauge.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says
My room.
I see.
Fucking hell!
So then they would have gone to
exactly.
The room that... No, that's wrong.
That makes sense, now that I think about it.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
She's planning to get me killed. That's really sad.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
We're gonna switch the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
I want to talk to you about just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room,
She
okay?
specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate.
What if she was plotting to kill someone else?
She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To frame me. But it backfired.
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
She got hit by the sword. She didn't use it for self-defense.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
I think she attacked him.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room, and what led to Sayaka's death, that's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about Oh, how much shit do you fucking got for me? Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. It's like the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. Button to rotate. Okay, left button. Okay. Or you can hold down the left button and use the left. By the way, the logic difficulty is set to kind. Fewer bullets will be loaded in the cylinder. I don't remember what it was set to. For our purpose, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck, have fun. Guys, that's what logic difficulty meant before. Sword sheath, knife set, replica sword. Okay, I need to keep those in mind.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
I'm not entirely sure.
That's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist!
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay. No. The person with the sword really did attack first. There's no explanation for how a certain part of the sword got damaged. The sheath.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
No, that's wrong! Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
How would they know about the kitchen knife?
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Yeah, I have to agree with
What?
you.
How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
She attacked
Maybe
first.
she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
How do you even come to that kind of conclusion?
No, that's not it at all.
Wash the gold cone off her hands because a certain regulation talks about what happens in the bathroom.
I got According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh, my.
You're no different! You smell like a big fat ugly donkey!
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
One damaged sheath would have had been one.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
Yep.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility,
I came to
is
the
it not?
conclusion a while ago.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously committed to find out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. That's not entirely true. Dying message. That's the only one I got? Alright then.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, that's wrong! There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, Can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yeah.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Yay.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn, it's no use, I just don't know. I do!
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Like its dying message reveals the girl's original name. If you turn the message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Select someone.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
Yeah.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right! There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm ready to the button-up shirt which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's also something about it we need to pay attention to. I don't fucking know! Works on that, the killer become clear.
Shoot!
I don't fucking know. When doesn't make much of a difference.
If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
No.
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There's another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. Let's go briefly on to the real killer. I don't think I read that last part. Yep, sell a crystal ball.
The key to the trash room.
It looked difficult.
Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was
None of your political shit right now.
the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to
destroy the evidence.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Someone turn the incinerator on. Yeah, I'm not
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be
A
impossible.
baseball star could, though.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is... I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can—
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument about to begin, which is, oh Jesus, there's lots of rules for this. Every case has at least one element to bring the case trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. Oh, crap. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the A button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Ah, right, from Japan. My room was the scene of the crime. The incident began when the killer entered. Okay. First and second attacked the killer with a knife. They noticed something in the room. The killer counterattacked the attack with attack of their own. What did they do next? I'm not entirely sure about that one. The only logical way they could have done that was... After she was stabbed, Saki used the last of her strength to write something on the wall. The killer used an item in my room to help dispose of evidence. The object the killer threw to activate the incinerator must have been... Hang on a minute, I'm not entirely sure about this. There's one thing that's a little bit confusing for me. Yeah, blocked, and then... That he didn't block. Room's a mess. The killer countered the attack with an attack of their own. What did they do next? Oh. I don't know.
The killer is you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the... Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Here's exactly what happened. During the struggle, a strike from... And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hero's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon? It would appear that Hero simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes! Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you'll engage them in a head-to-head battle. When we like to refer to this as bullet time battle, aka the BTB, by the way. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen to reach the center. Press A button to lock onto an opponent's statement. Store the statement you've locked on with the Y button as the tempo marker reaches the Y center. Use the method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can pull it off, you'll be oh, if I can. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. To keep this up and you'll initiate tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get a tempo down situation. When tempo changes, so does the time hint for each button, so watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and a weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the Y button to shoot it down with a truth bolt like any other statement. Shoot their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0, you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck, have fun. So, am I supposed to hit A or
When the
Y?
killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
No, so I have to show indisputed evidence that Leon's the killer. I have to figure it out.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! Huh?
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Oh, shit.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
That's a way to do that. Oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon. I'm not saying the last name.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
What, you son of a bitch? What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
Killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you would be the one standing here. It was a complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all. Hey! Come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision was made right after all. When I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if that we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was Sarah and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here with no way out. Yep, seen that.
What?
The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends, to have to see something like that happen to them in Sayaka? And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy, howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside she descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand, really I do. Yup. You're in the other despair, thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy I lunged at Monokomo, but...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko lashed into my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it. Oh, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you're so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the Black and Leon will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. It's not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder.
So, that's why...
That's not. Stop it. I've heard enough. I've had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? You killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I hate courage. I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because that one to blame is him. What? If it weren't for you, this never would have happened. Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in the situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well, more importantly, let's hurry up and get what everyone's waiting for, the punishment.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey,
No more
come
begging.
on now.
No more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon, the ultimate baseball star.
No!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No!
Oh, damn. what we saw. That was a true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
My adrenaline is fucking right out of control! What's going on? I can't
take it.
this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? We just can't take it.
Well,
Hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
what the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type guy.
Say
In
what?
this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well,
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me just through such a grueling ordeal? You're not upstanding citizen.
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
Shit.
Piece of shit, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass to the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world, being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries for the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like
thrills, chills, kills!
everyone's waiting for, after all.
hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. Just like that, he was gone. He left us there overwhelmed by nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We're all too scared. Scared of being alone. Faces were still and their faces dead, voices dead, but it was in that moment.
just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's all about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen,
I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becomes such an easy target like that.
it's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why. She lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However,
You can ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What? The
so...
final fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. She didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility, but I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway,
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you are the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward. I wouldn't call Leon a friend.
Correct.
Whatever. Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No, I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry the murders with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. She said that she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey,
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I want to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well, I'm psychic.
what?
Oh, God, that's hilarious. Huh? Kidding, I just have pretty good intuition. Yep, only 12 left. 3 down in 1 chapter. Son of a bitch. That took the whole 2 hours, too. Oh, look at that. Spare bat present. Yeah, due nighttime. Save it again, and we'll have to stop there because it's been 2 hours. So, goodbye and see you all next time. Which, by the way, for this game is tomorrow.